unfortunately today we got two big blocks of flats sitting in the little Rossell, so there's going to be tenders going back and forth all day. We're running a couple of 1,000 visitors to the island. A little overcast for a Saturday, but doesn't bother me. I mean, the visibility is so good at the moment, I don't think it's going to affect it. Not quite sure what we're doing. We normally make an assessment, we go out there. We're going to go to Sark, but it's a long way to go if it's not very nice. So we'll probably stay local, as they say. Probably down near the south coast, and maybe as far as Herm. We'll see. Maybe do the Audames. That's a lovely reef. Let's get the gear on the boat. Here he is. Good morning. What are you after? Yeah, I seen you. Seen you coming from your nest. Go on then, up here. Up here. Gets you in trouble whistling at birds.
Well, you can't whistle at sea anyway because you're whistling at the wind, don't you?
Oh yeah, wolf whistle. Whistle the wind up. Just past 9 o'clock and there's a load of people down there fishing already. There goes a crab wheel. Basically chuck down a rib of a push bike with a net in the bottom, and then you put bait in the middle, the crabs climb in, you lift it up, their legs go through the netting, and hey presto, you catch spider crab. Or lobsters or shanker. Isn't that an amazing lighthouse? Designed by a local artist, Mr. Laliva. Straight into the first dive, and we've come quite a way south as well. We're south of Gabriel down towards St Martin's Point. I'm not sure what the seabed's going to look like here. It's been a while since I've been here. Matt seems to think it's pretty good here, so we'll give it a go. Still got that horrible stringiness in the water. I'm sure it'll be dropping out the water column soon. Just need a few good days of sun. Well, the seabed's looking a bit 50-50 at the moment, because there's 50% sand and the rest is that horrible weed. Not going to see much in the horrible weed. Just see it to my left. Oops. Oh, sorry Mish. I think that's probably my fault. I pulled the line just as you were swimming over it. Gonna untangle it now. And it will catch around her valves on her tank for sure. There we go. Told you. It's attracted to valves. Remember, always trying to keep this taut because it will wrap around your own valves as well. Or make a noose and drop over your head. It's never good. Right now I've destroyed the visibility after that. Let's go and have a look over here. So I can see loads of spider crabs. Not quite sure why, but when the tide stops and almost becomes slack water, these spider crabs turn into zombies and just sit there. They don't even move, they don't do nothing. Really weird. I mean, they'll move if you poke them, but they will stay completely still.
Right, I think I'm going to work my way along the edge of this between the sand, because I can see there's a reef up to my left or straight ahead of me, because I can see the shadow. So basically we're going to work along this edge. And there's my first one. Not a bad size as well. Another 3 dozen of them and I'll be happy. Here we go, some more zombies. Look at them. Some are males and some are females. They just don't move. Turn the light on to see if they move. Maybe they're just asleep or slowly eating. Probably feeding. Shows how zombie-like they are. There was a small hermit crab on the back of that crab. Yeah, I think we got lied to about this seabed being good for scallops. I've hardly had any so far. This location normally is quite a good place to see small monkfish as well. So in the past I have seen loads of monkfish up here. Not so much in the seaweed bit, but onto the sand to my left over there. There seems to be more, but we're just trying to look for scallops for now. Just enough to cover the diesel. Well, get as much as we get, I suppose. We'll always leave them on the boat for Richard. This is why I carry 2 cameras now. The Insta 360 is full in terms of data on the card. So I've had to fire up the GoPro. Can you see this? Look how well camouflaged this is. Can you guess what fish it is? Misha actually seen this before I did. Let's clean it off so you can see what it is. It's a Dover sole. Decent size as well. Oh, it's on the run. Let's follow it. Probably saying to yourself, well, it's a decent fish, why didn't you stab it and take it home? Well, you can see how thin it is. Oh, the bait fish are here. Yeah, you can see how thin it is. It's obviously just shot its roe, and there's just no point in taking it, to be honest. What's the point in taking the first flat fish you see? If this is the first one I've seen in a while, well, why not let it go and breed? And when there's more about, I'll take one then. Oh, it's just swum into a shark. That's quite funny, but that shark wasn't expecting that. There he goes. Off into the distance, live another day. Mesmerising when you see how close it stays to the bottom. See how close we can get to this dogfish. Try and get some macro of its skin. So when you pick these things up, they curl their tails around, and if it touches your skin, the next day you get a horrible rash on your arm. It's almost as if it grinds the skin off. Let's put it in macro mode. And this is what we want to be seeing. This is a lesser sand eel. This is basically bottom of the food chain. This is good. When you see stuff like this, you know bigger fish are going to be following it in.
Good morning, sir. Channel 82, please, over.
Sounds like John Paul K is in trouble. It's not here though, it's down in Jersey, which is that thin bit of land right over there. It's actually bigger than Guernsey. I'd like to say better, but it's probably not. What were the numbers, miss?
28.
Yeah.
15.
28 and 15, that's not bad considering when we went. It's quite nice to see some flatfish for a change, even if some of them were about that big. And the bait fish as well. See how many scallops Matt comes back with, because he's deep. I think 45 metres here. He's not going to get long at that depth. But he's got to, because it's his job. That's the annoying thing, when you're going to do it as a job, it's you have to catch, otherwise you don't eat. A bit dramatic that, he's a carpenter as well, he does carpentry work. It's lovely. A load of little yachts have gone down towards Jersey. The clipper's probably 5 minutes away from the lower heads. Trying to be sunny. Oh, he's been deep.
That's him.
You've been deep. Look at the hydroids on that. Yeah, tell they're deep. Look how clean they are compared to ours. That's not bad.
It's funny though, the water's got a bit of woolliness to it.
It has. Yeah. And his woolliness.
Yeah.
It comes in, it hits you. You see all the little snotty bits hit you on your suit, on your arms and stuff, and just break into bits.
Yeah.
You do it a load of sun for a week. That will fatten up, then it drop out the water column.
VTS now with 14, 1-4 on board, over.
Audames.
Okay, now Explorer, VTS received, heading at 1 hour, 30 minutes. It's 14, 1-4, thank you. 1-4, thank you.
Miss, can you drop the flag? Bloody clippers coming. Oh, it's that's alright.
Stephen on, VTS, morning day.
Right. Audames. Right there. We're here. This is obviously Guernsey. Great Bank. Audames Reef here.
Right, Commodore Clipper, Guernsey VTS.
We want to be on the north side of it, because you're on this side, it gets very dark and very deep. Well, let's go for it.
Commodore Clipper, Guernsey VTS. Get your labours into new hub clearance in full number 2, sir. VTS, Commodore Clipper, all clear number 2, thank you.
Not bad for a beginner.
Not bad. One day I'll get better.
Really don't know how this is possible. The camera's zoomed in again. So it looks like Mish comes in on top of me, but really it's just the camera zoomed in. Bit of an issue on the first dive. We got down to 34 metres and there was no reef. So we've learnt by our mistake, and you would have thought we'd have learnt this before, because this has happened to me once with Molly and once with Paul. We dropped into the deep and there was no reef. So we'd either gone off the side or off the back. So I decided to drop a bag down, or Matt dropped the bag down onto the top of the reef where it's 16 metres, and we'll follow it down. The top of this reef is very small, I'm guessing 20 metres squared. And you see here, it's basically two heads with a strip of sand right through the middle. To the north, which is to my left, is pinnacles. Behind me, which is to the west, is large drop-offs. And to the south, which is now behind me, is some large wedge-shaped rocks that sort of wedge-shaped. That's what they are. They're just wedges. So if we went down this valley and out to the back, we'll probably be seeing 45. To the north, 42. It's weird as you drive up to it, or come up to it on the boat. It's 30 metres and it drops down to 42 and then straight back up to 16. So let's get off the side of this reef and have a little look. Mish has found herself a huge sea urchin, and as always in this kelp you're finding these large ballan wrasse. Don't know if they see many divers, but they're certainly not scared of you. They come right up alongside. It's always nice to see. Normal thing, just get everything ready before we drop down into the deep, get everything ready before we go over. So this is to the west, and you can see here it just drops straight down. There's a wall. There is a few like slabs that stick out, a few ledges that stick out, but predominantly it's sort of right down to 40, 42, 45-ish here. Right, as this is our second, or technically our third dive, because we wasted a lot of our air on a drop into the deep here. So we've got about 170 left. So I'm planning on not going any deeper than really 25 to 28 to get the most out of this dive. Quite a nice depth, 25 to 28. Would like to be down to around about 35-ish, but we should see some nice stuff here. I'm just waiting for Mish to sort her camera out. So as we start descending down the reef, if you notice, All the ledges of the overhangs have got the jewel anemones on, different colours. Pretty cool. They look yellow when you look at them to start off with, and you turn the light on, they actually turn orange. The same with the pinks, the blues, the purples, the whites. They just change colour once you put light on them. Look at this huge crayfish, quite close to the top of the reef, or probably about 25 meters now out of 45. They actually love being up the reefs. This one's obviously been in a bit of a fight because he's only got one antennae. This is a nice size, very nice size crayfish. Unfortunately, Misha's camera has the strobe's got no battery in. Gutted. All this nice stuff to look at, take photos of. Oh well, we get dives like this. Believe me, I've missed a few. Take a look down the reef there. Can almost see the bottom. It's a big ledge. We're not going to be going that deep today. Just noticed a mermaid's purse. Has it got a shark in it? Yep, looks like it has. I'll leave it alone. Dives like this are no good if you get vertigo. You can just about see the bottom. There is a load of fish swimming down on the bottom as well. I'm not quite sure what they are though. Look quite large. They're probably pollock. Yeah, I'm not going any deeper than this. Otherwise we're going to run out of bottom time. We're going to run out of air pretty quick. Michelle's a bit gutted. There's so much stuff to look at. Just starting to come around the northern side of the reef now. This is where it sort of drops down into a bit deeper and there's pinnacles. There's a few sort of caves around this area where you can look inside. Plenty of large congers hiding in there. Jewel anemones are literally covering any exposed places where the seaweed can't grow. So in the overhangs and on the side of these, we're just on the edge of the depth of water where the seaweed can no longer grow, can't sustain enough sunlight to grow. So the jewel anemones have taken their place. 7 minutes left, we better go up a little bit higher. You can see it's still slack water at the moment, the little bits is not really moving anywhere, so we're still good. But the tide, I'm expecting it is going to start to turn on again soon. Here's slack water about half tide. See hidden in here some painted top shells as well. They're quite cool, nice and colourful. There's a few of them hiding here, eating the seaweed. They normally keep their shell clean by rubbing their foot over the top of the shell. Really nice pinks and yellows and blues in it. Decision has been made to come up to the top of the reef now, just to give us less depth and just try and hide. We are now on the most northern point. This is probably the steepest part where it's just a sheer drop down to 42. As you can see, the tide is now washing all the plankton over the top. You can visibly see it coming towards us. So we're not going to poke our head over the top of there. What we're going to do is we're going to try and hide down to the left, out the current. Sometimes it's actually quite good to see the face where the current's coming up, because normally you get a bit of life there. There's stuff hanging on the side, feeding in the updraft of the current, nutrients getting brought up the side. So let's see if we can go and have a look at that. There we go, the reef's giving us a little bit more protection now, being hidden down here. The good thing is the tide's coming around and it's kind of holding us back against the rock face. It's not too strong at the moment, easily handleable, and you can swim into it as well. Let's take a look at this crab. He's got a cop coral growing on his eye. Look at that. It's a Devonshire cop coral, I think. Just shows that this crab hasn't molted yet. It should be all molting soon as well. See if we can climb over and have a look down this rock face. see a claw from something. It's a huge brown edible crab, or as we call them in Guernsey, shankers. Also I can see a shoal of fish down the bottom again, and I think they are pollock. Three minutes bottom time left. I'm going to have to think about leaving the reef and heading back up. It is pollock, look. A huge pollock came up. I think he thought it was a lure. He swam up towards me pretty quick and realised I was a diver and quick turned away.
As you see there, that head at Audames, at 16 metres, is tiny. It's probably only 20 metre by 20 metre square, and then all on the sides are just a sheer drop, little ledges, sheer drops. And that goes down to 41, 42 metres, so it's quite nice, but we didn't have that enough air and didn't have enough time. Probably not going to second dive, but still enjoyed it. Very good.
Just put Matt back in the water to get some more scallops.
No one's going to wave, no one's even looking.